wanted to record your first video and create your own YouTube channel or a Facebook video? Have you ever wanted to spread your message using social media? Never before in the history of mankind we are connected like this. We have Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and instantly you can reach to thousands to millions. This is an amazing ways to connect, and human beings were never connected like this before. And what does that mean to you? Maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're a healer, or maybe you're someone who has a message, maybe you're someone who has a story that needs to be shared with the world. You can leverage the power of your smartphone and social media and can instantly craft your message in a manner that can be watched, viewed, and shared. So if you're a teacher, if you're a trainer, if you're a healer, or if you're someone who simply has a message, or someone who has an inspirational story to share with the world, then in this video you will learn how you can just simply use very minimal resources and just one app, a recently launched app that is a game changer for all creators. You can professionally edit your videos. Now, before I begin, let me share what resources am I using in creating this video. Right now, I am creating in a very imperfect conditions for video recording. You could be hearing a whirring noise in my background because there's a motor going on somewhere, and I am just using my smartphone, a tripod, and a simple LED bulb, which is giving me a professionally lit experience here. To help you understand how can this bulb really change, let me just switch it off and do this under a tube light. Okay, so this is how the video would look if I'm doing this under a tube light. You see, it's not well lit, I'm not looking good. This is definitely not an appealing video in terms of production, but look now how it all changes. You see, I'm back in the picture. And this is just a plain white wall, one of my walls in my living room. That's it. I'm not using any professional studio. I'm just using a tripod on which my phone is mounted. I'm just using this light. This costs like 700 to 800 rupees. That's it. It just costs 700 to 800 rupees. That's it. And look what we can do. So I take care of the production part using very minimal resources. So overall it might just cost you 1000 to 2000 rupees to get started, and you can do this at the comfort of your home. And definitely home is not a studio, because home is imperfect. Like you could see, there is someone putting on motor, there are kids talking, there are kids playing, there are neighbors shouting, screaming. You know, there is a disturbance. But in your editing software, you can get rid of all these imperfections and create a professionally stunning video. So let's get started, and I am right now diving deep into how you can use this software. So maybe you want to make some notes. This is a very important video. This is a game changer video for you, because nobody is teaching putting all these things together for creators who are beginners and want to get their message heard by thousands and millions, or want their message to be shared out on social media. I understand they are very good with the job they do, but the online presence part is really rocket science for them. But I'm gonna distill it down. I'm gonna break the steps, and I'm gonna show you the formula on how you can make this doable. Anybody can do this. Okay, maybe you don't come from a very good software background, or you don't have a very good technical knowledge about all this hardware and all the geeks, the stuff that geeks use, but that's absolutely fine. I'm just going to show you the doable part of this, and anybody who's able to watch this video will be able to do what I'm showing. So maybe you want to make some notes as we do this along. Grab your notes and let's get started on how you can use Adobe Premiere RUSH. And using very simple resources like this, like I just shared, you can create professionally edited videos right in your smartphone. Let's get started. I am really excited. I hope you are too, right? You should be. Let's get started. How to professionally edit your videos in just 20 minutes using Adobe Premiere RUSH. So what is Adobe Premiere RUSH? Adobe Premiere Rush is coming from the industry's production and creativity leader, Adobe. Now, Adobe has created Premiere Rush keeping creators in mind. This is an easy to use software. This is meant for creators community and it is very intuitive. So even someone who is just getting started can professionally understand how to use that software because it's pretty much intuitive. You want to do something, you can feel where it is and you can just be able to use it. However, in this webinar, I will show you how you can actually bring in videos that we have shot using your smartphones and edit them to give a professional output. So what is Premiere again? Adobe Premiere is an industry leading video editing software. Hollywood movies are being edited and produced using Adobe Premiere. But Adobe Premiere Rush is a distilled down version of Adobe Premiere where only the features needed for creators for simple and intuitive editing are only included. Now this is a very game-changing platform for creators. Now who are creators? Creators are teachers, healers, storytellers, somebody with a message, trainers, a motivational speaker, or anybody who wants to show to the world their message is a creator. Now, never before in the history of mankind, we can now communicate with masses using your social media. In fact, your own circle, your own online circle is a very huge circle, the number of people you actually know physically and meet them. So it is very essential that you establish a strong online presence in order to get your message spread out. So what happens is you have a very good message, you are very good at what you do, but you're handicapped by the lack of knowledge on how to create videos, produce videos, where to get started, how much money should I spend, should I even be spending that much money or not, why should I even be doing this, I mean, will it work if I do this? So initially creators have lots of self-doubt, lots of negativity, lots of holding back, and so they don't even get started, they don't even try. How will the world know what you have? How will the world know your story? How will the world listen to your message if you don't speak, if you don't share, if you don't establish an online presence? So just using the power of your smartphone and one app on social media, you can start publishing your message. People will identify you as an authority. People will respect for your thoughts and opinions on the subjects that affect them. People will come to you for your advice because they have been watching you talk. They've been watching you solve their problems. And in this video, I'm going to help you how you can just get started. Do not wait for perfect conditions. I'm going to show you all the resources that I use. I'm also going to show you how to use this app so that editing is easy for you. Let's get started. So this is how the home screen for Adobe Rush app looks. So there are some existing projects that you can already see. These are the projects that I have created earlier using Rush. Now you can see on the bottom there is a plus icon. You click on this plus icon and click on add media. For the sake of example, I'm going to use sample media. This is a sample media that is provided by the Rush software itself. So we will quickly name this project as my first video. Okay, all right, and simply after that I just have to select what clips I want to use. So I will choose 4 clips. I'll choose this one and then I'll choose this and then I'll choose this. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's very important on what the order with which you select, because it is in this order these clips will be placed in the project. And I simply click on create. Okay, now few things to notice here. This is how the Rush app looks when we are editing it. Now below you can see that it says you have 2 exports available, upgrade for unlimited sharing. I'm showing this in a demo version of Rush. I have 7 days free trial and I can export up to 3 videos. So for now I'm going to click this, but you might see a pop-up like that, and that's absolutely fine because I'm still using the full functionality of Rush software. Okay, now couple of few words that you got to remember. First, this where I'm scribbling along, as you can see, this is first video, the second video, the third video, and the fourth video. Okay, they all are placed in the exact same way that I wanted them to. Now, although I got them, you see, all these videos are shot on smartphone. Okay, they all are shot on smartphone, and I brought them into my editing software, but I might not need the entire length of this video clips here. So what I first need to do is I need to trim down. I'm going to only use that part of the video clip which is necessary for my edit. If I click on the play button.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go to again? Snork off! Yay!
So today is day one in El Nido.
Maybe I don't need that part. I just need the part where they say, until they say that, okay, let me show you.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go to again? Snork off!
All right, I think that's all I need. I don't need the rest of this clip. If you can see, the entire clip is highlighted in orange. Okay, but you see the blue line here. This blue line is the timeline, and on the left, if you see, there's a scissors icon. If I click on the scissors icon, it immediately split this video clip. Come back to the timeline, and you can see that it has split the video in two parts. Now, let me play it from the beginning so that you see.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go to again? Snork off!
Alright, so that's all I needed, and that's exactly where I placed the timeline, the playhead. Okay, the playhead is the blue line. The playhead indicates which part of the project we are actually viewing. So at the playhead, now I just did a split, and I don't need the second part. This part I'm eliminating, so I'll simply select it and click on the delete icon. There is a trash bin icon, just like a recycle bin icon on the left side, if you notice, below the scissor, and I'm clicking it, and that part, the second part, as you can notice in the timeline, is no more available. Okay, let me play it from the beginning.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go to again? Snork off!
And immediately the second clip starts to play, right? So again, let me see until which part I can use this. Now, if you see, I'm able to expand the timeline. I'm able to shrink the timeline. I'm editing this on my iPad Pro. If you don't have an iPad, and if you're doing this on a smartphone also, you can actually expand and shrink just by pinching your fingers. If you pinch your fingers away, you're going to zoom. If you're going to pinch them in, then you're going to shrink the timeline. If you are doing this on a PC running Windows or Mac, you should be able to see a zoom icon, and you should be able to expand it just like this by using your mouse scroll wheel. So that's pretty much intuitive, just like how you would scroll down using, maybe doing a Word document or PPT. That's how you can zoom if you're doing this on a PC. But if you're doing this on a iPad or phone, of course, since we have touch capabilities, we can just zoom in and shrink like this. Alright, so I'm playing from where the first clip ended, and this is the second clip. Okay, I think the second clip, I like the second clip as the way it is, so I'm not going to trim edit. Trim edit means we are deleting the unnecessary portions of the clip which is not necessary for our project. So I'm not doing any trim edit for this part. Let me jump to the third one and see. Alright, so and the third one ended. I'm not trimming edit even that one. Fourth one, if you can notice, it's a big clip compared to the previous three. So maybe I want to trim out something, but let me see which part would I really like to trim out. Okay, I think just that much is enough for me. So what I do is, if you can see on the fourth clip, it is highlighted. Every clip when we select it, it is highlighted by an orange box. And the orange box has thick edges on the left and then on the right. If Now look where my timeline is, my playhead in the timeline is, right? And that it is until then I want this video to be trimmed. Now instead of using the scissors, traditionally what would you do? You would use the scissors, it would split, you would select this and you would delete. Okay, but that's not what I'm doing now. What I will do now is I will use my fingers to touch and hold the right edge of this orange box, and immediately the box changes. Then the box has changed into thin borders. You can see now the borders are thin. If I lift my hand, they become something like this again. But if I touch and hold the right edge, okay, if I touch and hold the right edge, immediately the borders have changed. And now I'm actually sliding my finger towards the left. And what I'm doing is I'm actually trimming the video then and there up till the playhead. That's it. I did not use the scissors. I just used the handles. We call this handles. Okay, I use the clip handles. There is a left handle, there is a right handle, and I simply edited. Now I can do this the other way around also. Maybe if I placed it here, now I'm exactly at the midway of the fourth clip, and maybe I don't want the first half. So what I do, I touch and hold the left handle this time, and I again drag till the playhead. So what did I do? I eliminated the first half. So this is another way of editing faster. You need not use scissors and then delete every time. Sometimes it's very intuitive. You can just hold and drag until the point you need, and that's all. We're good to go. So I selected 4 clips. I trim edited what I needed to, and some clips did not need any editing, so I just left it that way. But no matter what, my video is ready. That's it. The first stage of editing is done. Now let's see how does our project look like.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go do again? Stork off!
Okay, so that's how my final output would look like. But again, if you notice, this is not appealing or viewable or watchable yet. This is just some bunch of clips put together which have been trimmed. There is no energy, there is no appeal in this video yet. And that's where, if you look on the right side, top right, if you see, there is a T icon and there is an hourglass icon, and there are 3 circles overlapping each other. There is an audio icon, and finally there is a transform icon. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we will use these 5 to create some high energy impact in this video. Remember, all these were shot on smartphone, but look how they will turn out by the end of these steps. So if this is where editing is simplified using in Rush. So let me show you the first one. I'm clicking on the T icon. The T icon stands for text templates. So what are text templates? Text templates are if you see, there are some designer text templates like this. I can use any of these designs, but I can use my text. For example, let's say I'm using something called as Brew Chrome Left text template. How can I use it? I'll click on it, okay, and I'll just simply drag to wherever I want. And notice I dragged it. Let me show you again. I click on it, I drag, and I'm placing it above a video, and automatically a new video track is added. And let's see how does it look like.
Good morning, Philippines.
Okay, so the reason we call this a text template is, if you see, it still shows main title and subtitle, but I'm clicking directly on the main title. That's what I did. By clicking, I'm using my fingers to double tap on the word main title. That's what I did, and suddenly the keyboard comes up like this. And I'll just name this guy Mike Russells. Well, although he's not Mike Russells, but for the sake of our video editing. But notice what happened. As I wrote Mike Russells, the box automatically readjusted itself. Typically, for this to happen, you would edit the text part in a different software, bring that text into your video editing software, and then finally do the export or rendering. This is a very cumbersome process. This is what professional editing looks like actually. But you're a creator, you don't have to do all the headaches, juggling between multiple industry grade softwares to achieve this. you can just simply double tap and write. So who is Mike Russells? He is a global traveler. I'm sorry. He is a global traveler. All right, not just that. If I select the box, the text template box, and on the right side, if you see, we're still in the text templates. Like I'm scrolling here and I'm just browsing all the templates that I have here. But if you look above, we're in styles tab, and there is an edit tab here. There's a styles tab and there's an edit tab. Under edit tab, we can see 5 elements. The first one says Mike Russells. Now it's changed to Mike Russells because we added the text Mike Russells. The second one says global travel because that's the second text we added. And the bottom 3 are shape, shape, and shape. So what is this shape? This shape, if you can see, is the color. So I can change this color to pretty much something that is, let's say, very much matching with the color themes in the video. So I'm changing it to something like yellowish brown or a brownish yellow or maybe a greenish yellow, something like that. All right, I'm done. Now see, I can simply edit the color of the boxes. So this is shape 1, and there are 3 boxes if you notice. The first one is a big one. The second 2 are just top borders. I can actually change these colors as well. Maybe I'll make this something, something like this. Okay, notice how it is changing in the preview. And the third one, maybe I'll just change this to something like a yellow. All right, see? That is the reason we call this templates. Templates are reusable. So although when we used, let me come here again. I am browsing the templates. Okay, so we use something called as blue chrome left. I'm clicking and dragging this again to show you. So this is how it would have looked, but this is how we changed it to. We changed the text, we changed the colors. All this within the software. You simply hover between styles and edit, and that's how it is achieved and done. Okay, I'm deleting this one because it's not necessary. So what are we doing? We're just adding some energy here by introducing who this guy is.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go do again? Snorkel!
And see, that automatically receded because by this time, if you can see, again, I can use the handles. I can extend this to any extent I want, but I don't want this text template to stay until the end of 3rd clip. It's not necessary. So by the end of 1st clip, and see, it's pretty much intuitive, you know, as you drag along, it automatically snaps to the end or the beginning of each clip. Rush is an intelligent software, and it's very convenient. So I think that's where I want that to end, at the end of 1st clip, because that's until where we see Mike, so that's fine. Well, although he's not Mike. Alright, that was funny. Maybe it was not. Alright, so that's all about text templates. So I can add multiple text templates for all these 4 clips if I need to, and there is variety of options. Variety of options. Okay, so maybe I will just use, say, this one. It's called call out zigzag left. So I'm going to use call out zigzag left, click and drag here, and I want this to begin when my 2nd clip starts. So I'm going to drag it here, and I want this to end when my 2nd clip ends. And maybe I just don't want it to come out the moment my video clip starts. I just want my 2nd video clip to be introduced, and then it begins after a while. Like, see, this is how it would look. So there's video and then the text comes. Okay, I want it to be something like that. So what I would do is, again, I would end this. I'll just trim it to the end of the 2nd clip. So now see, how does it look like? All right. Okay, so I'm going to quickly come down. On the top right, we are still in the T icon, but let me come down to the last icon. This is called transform icon. So if you see what am I selecting in the timeline? I'm selecting the 2nd text template that we just added, and I'm coming to transform icon, and immediately there are options that are shown, which is called horizontal position, vertical position, rotation, and opacity. So I will just shift this maybe here. See, I'm just playing along with the sliders on the right and see how it is affecting the horizontal position, the vertical position, or even the rotation. Okay, and even the opacity. So I'll just and I can even manage the scale. I think that looks good. Rotation, okay, this looks good. Vertical position, okay, so maybe it looks like this is what this guy is thinking. All right, so that's kind of interesting. Let's see how does it play out. All right, so I can quickly double tap on the text right on the preview screen and I can add wow. Wow, as in maybe that's what's going in his head. Okay. All right. Wow, where does wow. All right, so this is how it plays out. Okay, now if you notice, that was kind of odd when the video I think until this portion it looks good, but as we went further down and was still stays on the same position on the screen, that looks odd. So maybe I just want that second text template to be available just at this moment. So obviously I will drag and trim edit until there, so that should be good. See, this is how trim edit works and it helps. Okay, so I'm done. Now there is a third part and then there is a fourth part. Third one, maybe I'll just add another text template. Let me scroll here. Okay, I'm going to use modern left. Okay, I'm going to click, I'm going to drag. I'm not going to be mindful of the positions and all that yet, but let's see what can I do. I will quickly come to transform, and that's not where I want the position to be, so I'll just change the position to something like this. Okay, now let's see how does it play out. Okay, it looks good, but I can just change the text to what do we call this? We call this the ferry trip. Okay, and again, if I want, I can go here, I can come to ferry trip, I can change the color of ferry trip to something like this. I can change the color of the shape to something like, say, orange. Again, text templates are reusable, very, very handy. So that's the ferry trip. So finally, as we are moving to the fourth clip, here we can use, maybe I just want to say the word wow, what a paradise, and I can simply use any of the text templates available. And if you go to, if you can see, there is your styles and there is Adobe stock. If you can see how am I changing between your styles and Adobe stock tab. Adobe stock gives you a whole different levels of templates, and if you can come down and see, it says 1 of 13 pages. So there are like 13 pages of templates still available, and that's super awesome. There's a lot of templates. You don't have to do motion graphics, you don't need to be an After Effects professional, you don't need to be a video editing professional. This is all just templates. You can just let me do this. Okay, you can simply grab and insert it. It takes a while to load. My Wi-Fi is on, so it would download the template from adobestock.com and then I get it here. Okay, now this one looks like a title template, so maybe this is a better option if I put this in the beginning, even before my video actually begins. So I'm going to drag it here, I'm going to place it here. Now look what happened. It just overlapped into what was existing before, and that's not what I really wanted. So what I want to do now is, maybe I'll place it here for the time being, or maybe I'll just delete it. Now I'll show you a new tool which is very useful. On the left bottommost tool, you see an arrow icon with a plus sign. What does this do is, this is for selecting multiple clips. So I'm selecting everything now. If this were not used, and if I'm simply selecting, see what happens, I'm selecting only individual clips or text templates or any other element that in the timeline. But when I use this, now I selected the multiple select icon, and see now I can select everything. Now why would I do that? Now that I have selected everything, I will click and I'll drag them a bit here or there, or maybe I'll just use it to delete multiple clips at the same time. See, if I click and hold, you can see options, it says delete. Maybe I want to delete everything, then I can use this. So that's a quick handy tool we can use. Now why would we want to use that is because now that you wanted to introduce this text template here, okay, so what I'll do is I'll just quickly grab this here, use this and place it here. Now furthermost, I'm using multiple select tool, okay, and if you see, it still shows, you know, where the text template is actually linked to, if you see these symbols here. All right, so I will just make sure that this one is just rightly edited till here.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go to again?
Okay, so that's an interesting
Snorkel!
that's an interesting template here. So I'm just seeing where can I really fit this better. I felt, okay, maybe I will just stick with the Mike Russell's name part. So I'm going to place this back again here. But this one really looks interesting. So where can I use it? So what I'll do, I'll come back here. Remember, we actually trimmed this to the first edit, but now I'm going to expand it a bit here so that I can accommodate this text here and see what happens. Here we'll see this, and then the video begins. This is kind of interesting. So I can actually further I can improve the length of this video. Because I edited the first half, so I dragged the left handle this time, and I can place it at the beginning of the fourth clip. And I don't want it to be this long. Maybe this should be the perfect length. So I'm going to talk about, I can write something here. I will simply say the paradise location. Okay, so again, if I select the text template and if I come to edit, I can change so many things here. I can change the background color in the starting with the first place. Maybe I'll keep it to something like this, green, blue. All right, this one looks good to me. The number, we can change the font. Okay, maybe I'll change the font here. I can change the style. I can select the paradise text, and I can change the font if I need to. So I'm just playing around the fonts to see which one looks better for me. So there's no right or wrong font about this. It's all about achieving the purpose of your video. All right, let's stick with this. All right, so let's see how does it look like. All right, good. So we're done with adding the text templates part. This added some energy. We edited few templates, just to match with the clip's theme. This is all good. Now quickly let's go to the second one. The second one on the rightmost panel is the hourglass icon. When I click on the hourglass icon, it shows something called as transitions. What are transitions? Transitions can be added between each clip on how, see if when this clip changes to this clip, you can see in the preview window. So there's an element of energy we can introduce. That is called a transition. Let me expand this to show you. Okay, so there are only 3 transitions available at the moment, which is cross dissolve, dip to black, and dip to white. So what does cross dissolve do? Let me drag this between these 2 clips. You see there's a transition icon added at the end of the first clip. So what does that mean? Let's see. See, that is called cross dissolve. So the first video dissolves into the second video. Now let's say if this was not added, I'm deleting the transition and see what happens. This is an abrupt introduction of the second clip, but that's not how I wanted. I wanted it to be something like this. I click, drag, I can drop them between these 2 clips and see what happens. See, it smoothly introduces into the second clip, and this kind of creates an engagement. Or let me show you at the end of the second and third clip. In between second and third clip, I can use this dip to black transition. Okay, I just clicked it between second and clip, it has automatically added. What happens between dip to black is, see, suddenly the video goes to black, and then the second video, the following video is introduced. Let's see how does it look without this. Without this is how it would look. Okay? There is an abrupt introduction which looks odd, but if I use, say, dip to black, now see, that's pretty good. Or maybe I can delete this and still stick with cross dissolve. Let's see how does that look. Okay, that really came out well. So I'm sticking with cross dissolve. I'm not going to dip to black. So how would dip to white look like? Dip to white, it would look something again like, let's see how does it work out. I'm not going to do this here or here, because if you see, there are 3 positions that are available for me to place this transition. Only towards the first clip, between first and 2, or only towards the second clip. I'm going to keep this only towards the first clip, because starting from the second, if you see the timeline, there is a text template that is about to start anyway. So it doesn't make sense if I put it in between or only towards the right clip. Now see what happens. So it dipped to white, and then the video started. How does it look like without this? Again, there's an abrupt introduction. So, but if you see this one, let me expand. It shows the beginning of the 4th video, and then the text template follows over it. Okay, so maybe I will actually introduce cross dissolve here, and let's see how does that happen. See, that's how it looks. So you can add transitions not just to videos, but also to text templates or any element that is available on this timeline. So I have added transitions also, so to create some exciting energy. Let's see how does it look like.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go do again? Snorkel!
Okay, that was a very neat and smooth way of transitioning. I think this also came out really well. Alright, so that's some, the editing is really adding some impact and energy here, but understand we are not done yet. Okay, now that brings us to the third option, which is the 3 circles on the rightmost panel. You see there are 3 circles overlapping with each other. Now these 3 circles would mean built-in presets. So these are presets. Now presets are, you don't have to color edit your videos, you can simply use these templates and it really produces some stunning results. How to apply these color presets? Select the first video clip. This is how original video clip looks like, but when I select on the right side under presets, you can see there are many options. The first one says none, the second one says cinematic, Now suddenly I get a very cinematic feel for my video. This is the exact filter that is used in movies. So without this is how my videos would look like. These are raw washed out videos, but if I use cinematic, it really brings out the colors. And there are many other options that you can actually play around and see what is the kind. There's not, again, there is nothing right and wrong here. It's all about what feel and look you want to achieve. So now this one looks like this, but originally it looked like this. So I'm just playing around the text templates. As you can see on the right, I'm selecting different presets. For now I'll stick with cinematic because I feel this really goes with the feel that I'm looking for. Okay, or maybe I will go with this, or maybe I'll go with this, but I think I'll stick with cinematic. I just played around and I felt cinematic goes good, really good for the kind of feel I want to convey. Alright, now this is the second video. Again, I'll select the second clip and I'll say cinematic. See, suddenly everything changes. Look what a massive difference at the click of a preset. Now you see how our videos that were shot on smartphones are suddenly becoming something magical. Again, I choose cinematic, and let's go for the fourth clip and let's choose cinematic and let's see how does it all play out now.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go do again? Stork off!
Okay, so this one now really looks good. Okay, you can see that massive difference it has brought out. Okay, that's an absolutely cinematic feel. And by the end of this fourth clip also, I can add a transition because I don't want it to just end it like that. This is a very abrupt way of ending. So I'll go to the hourglass icon and I'll say, let me dip it to white. Okay, so it dips to white. That's it. I just selected it and it's automatically applied. I didn't even drag and dropped it. That's another way of editing it faster. So you can see how our video is shaping out really well, really cool by this time. Now one thing that is really missing is music. Let's add some music. Okay, so that brings us to the fourth one, which is the music icon on the top right panel. So which is music icon is indicated by music symbol. Okay, but we pretty much cannot edit anything as yet because there is no music added yet. All right, so what we can do is, before we go to music, there are two things you must understand. In a video there is voice and then there is background music. Right now in our project there is no background music, but for two clips, for clip 1 and clip 3, we can see below them that there is some audio waveforms. Okay, so which indicates that there is some voice spoken. But for video 2 and video 3 there was nothing because they're just simply video clips. There is no audio at all. Even for second one there is no audio at all. It is just a simple video. Alright, so what can I do here? What can I do here is, on the bottom left below the trash bin icon there is a collapse or expand icon. If I click on this, it collapses or expands. See, it collapses or expands. So if I select my first video clip and say expand, it now shows me the audio. Okay, in an expanded form. So now I can clearly see the audio below the video. All right, so it shows that this has some audio, and even this has some audio. But what I will do now is I will add some background music. So on the top left you can see a home icon. Right below the home icon you see a blue plus button. I'm going to click the blue plus button and say media, and I'll go to audio and I'll say Rush soundtracks. Rush soundtracks means these are some demo soundtracks that Rush itself will provide. You can sample preview these audio. I'm just playing around these tracks to see which one fits good. to suggest the mood for my video. I'm going to stick with the colony .m4a file and just select it, which I did, and I'm just saying add. Look what happens. It simply adds a new track below. In my timeline you can see below there is a green audio track added, but my video project ends here, so I don't need this entire length of audio track. I just wanted to end it here. Alright, okay, so let's play it out and see how does it look like.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go to again? Snork off!
Now notice one thing. This background music is really standing out. I mean, it's so good that even I cannot hear my voice, the voice of the speaker properly. So there is a professional way to edit this where the background music is not it's not overlapping with the voice of that video. So we call this ducking. Ducking the audio means the background music automatically is lowered whenever the person speaks. But when the person is not speaking, the music will go high again. This kind of adds a cinematic feel and appeal. It adds a taste of an experience of a professionally editing video when you use the ducking technique. So in a ducking technique, ideally what would people do is, see, if you notice my first video clip, which I selected just now, there is some text, there's some audio here, which indicates that somebody is speaking in that video. But right below that in the green track, you can see there is background music there going on, but it is too much overlapping. So look what happens here.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go.
So it's really doing so much overlapping here. I really don't find that convenient. So what I do is I simply select this. See, in my project there are only 3 audios. There is some audio here, and the background music. So I'll select the first one, the first audio, and I'll click on the audio icon, and I'll come to advanced, and I'll come to change type, and in change type you can see there is voice and music and other. So what is this? This is voice. I just tell the software that this part of the video clip has voice. I'll come to the second one, and I also say this one is voice. It was selected to music, but no, that was not music, it was voice, because I can there are people actually talking there. Okay, so not just that, if you see this one has lots of noise, I can simply say reduce background noise. This is what I do. You know, when I first showed you my video where I was actually talking, there was some background noise. There's a motor whirring or a fan or AC running in the background. I can simply select reduce background noise and see what happens. See, the background noise reduces. And here, if you see there, whether it's a guy, whether it's male or female, I can simply select and say enhance speech, and it would enhance the speech. So when it comes to third track, I will say this is music, which is, and in all the 3 clips I have selected auto volume as an option, which is good. Only for the second clip I am applying reduce background noise. For the first clip there is not much noise here, but if you want to, you may use, but I don't feel that it's necessary. I'll change this to male because mostly Mike spoke here. Alright, now I'm selecting the third audio track, and now you see there is a duck option. It's called auto duck. So you don't have to manually duck the background music against the voice overs. You can simply select auto duck and see what happens. Suddenly you can come down and see that there's some new icons appearing here, which shows that where there is voice until here the background music is low, but since there is no voice for the second clip, suddenly you can see that it is rising. You know, it is indicated by visually also that suddenly the graph rises, which means the music is loud there. But again the music drops as we enter the third clip because there is voice there and there is ducking happening here, and then there is no voice for the fourth clip, and again the music rises. I am actually done with the editing, you know. By this time I'm actually done with the editing. This is how my final product looks like. Let's play and see how does it look.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go to again? Stork off!
That's where ducking played out. You see, suddenly it raised. See now, we hear the people talking more than the background music. And see what happens now. That was super awesome. Just recollect, guys, how did we start? We started with simply 4 clips recorded on a smartphone. We brought them to Rush. We added, let's go to the top right panel. What we did in the order: we added text templates, we added transitions, we added some color presets, we added text, we added transitions, color presets, we edited the audio, voice is voice, music is music, and then we auto ducked music. When you select music, that's where you auto duck. Auto duck is only available when you say that this is music. If you see here, auto duck is not available if it's a voice, because obviously it's not needed, because we are ducking the background music against voice. That's why only for music auto duck is available, which makes sense. And finally, we also covered transform options, where for the second part, for here, we used transform. I can actually bring this down here, right? So this is how transform works. And we used trim editing. Only introduce elements to the length that you would require them to. That's it. Congratulations, you just learned how to use Premiere to professionally edit your videos. Now what do? On the top right, you see there's a home icon. Right beside home icon there is edit. That's where we are in. Now we are done with editing. So what we do? We share. Like I said, I'm showing you this on a demo version. I have already used this once. So it shows you have 2 exports available. Upgrade for unlimited sharing. Well, I'll talk about the upgrading options later, but since I have 2 exports still available, I'm gonna export this anyway. And that is really fast. I'm doing this on my iPad Pro, so therefore the export is really fast. Usually it is not this fast if you're doing on a Windows, and that's okay. I mean, it's not that it is really slow, but it's not this fast, and that's absolutely fine. All right, my video is now edited and available.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go to again? Stork off!
Alright, so that's how you can edit videos. Now what we can quickly do is, we rendered it, that means the video is available. If I open my Photos app, I can actually see this video.
Good morning, Philippines.
Guess what we're gonna go to again? Stork off!
That's how the final output looks, and it has really come out well. I'm impressed on how the final output has shaped out. So you can actually use that video to upload it to your Facebook or YouTube, or you can directly do that within Rush itself. I can simply select YouTube and it would ask me to sign in. I can click on sign in and I can publish it. If I click on publish after signing in, I would directly publish it to my YouTube account. Or if I click on Facebook, it will take me to Facebook. It will ask me to sign in and I can actually do that as well. So this is designed keeping creators in mind. Okay, I'm not going to cover the share part much because it's pretty much self-explanatory, but I hope the editing part is very clear for you. This is a very simple software. All you have to use are the options on the right and options on the left. The one tool which I did not cover is the duplicate tool, which is right below the scissors icon. Let's say I am here I click on the scissor icon, and now it is split into two clips. Okay, I'll select this clip, and I click on the duplicate icon, which is the one right below the scissors icon with the plus symbol. And what happened immediately is it added a clip which is a duplicate. These are duplicates, they both are same clips. I just expanded it and the transition, and again it starts playing the same clip. Now I can also drag this audio because I just expanded the length of my video. So that's where duplicate helps. If you just want to add the same thing over, you can use the duplicate tool. So that pretty much covered everything that Premiere has to offer. Not just that, when you start Rush for the first time, it will actually walk you through using a sequence of tutorials. That tutorial is also very simple. It will take like 5 to 10 minutes, but most of which I have covered anyway, but I strongly recommend you do the tutorial as well so that your concepts are really tight. All right, so let's jump back and see what did we learn so far. Okay, so Adobe Premiere Rush is very used. It's meant for creators and it is intuitive, as you have seen. So what are the steps to edit? We trim the video, we add text templates, and then we add color, we edit the audio, we also add transitions, we transform if needed. And what is transform? Maybe you change the position, rotation, or the scale. We check before we export, and then we export, and after export we share. These are the steps. This is what we just did. So what are the plans that are available? See, for the first 7 days, Rush is free to use, and you can use it up to 3 exports. Like I used up 2 exports already. I still have one more, but anyway, I'm going to buy the plan. The plan is just 700 rupees a month. Just 700 rupees a month. It's $10. It's $9.99 exclusive of taxes. And even if you put up the taxes together, it should be maybe 700, 800 bucks. Trust me, for a creator, it doesn't hurt much. Especially when you get 3 Adobe products. See, what we saw in Rush is Adobe Premiere, Adobe Audition, Adobe After Effects all put together only to the extent what a creator would need. And that's a perfect combination. It's like you're getting 3 industry grade softwares at just rupees 700 a month. So for me, I come up with an idea. Okay, this is the message I want to share with the world. So I call this ideation. I got an idea to share with the world. So from ideation to recording, editing, and sharing. So from ideation to sharing usually takes me an hour. I come up with an idea, immediately record the video, and I bring them to my editing software. I edit it out, and I'm ready with the video to share. And usually takes me an hour. And the editing part usually takes only 20 minutes. So if you're a creator or a beginner, you should get this app. This is available right now on iPad, iPhone, or Windows. This is recently launched, October 2018, very recently launched, but they are planning an Android version soon. And if you are unable to use this, I mean, see, if this were to be used on a smartphone, it would be so cool. I mean, you record on your phone, you edit in Rush, and you share it within the app, on Facebook, on your Facebook page, on your YouTube channel, on Instagram. This is really cool. This is super awesome. So unfortunately, it's not available for Android, but it is coming up. And trust me, they're planning something really good for Android, because most of the creators are available on Android than on iPhone. So Android version is going to be really cool by the time it comes. But until then, you can use this on Windows, you can use this on a Mac, you can use this on iPad or iPhone. The plans are pretty much affordable, and trust me, this is a game changer for everyone out there who is a teacher, healer, messenger, trainer, coach. You have a story to share with the world. This is what you should be doing. So guys, I hope this video has helped you understand that you can use really simple resources. It wouldn't even cost much. It's just the will to get started. Kill your negative perfectionism. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Get started with what you have. And this is how I do. I run 2 YouTube channels, and this is how I do. I use minimum resources, and I publish the videos, and of course I make money. Of course I make money off my videos. My videos produce more money for me than any other sources of income for me. And that's how powerful your smartphone, one app, and the power of social media sharing can be. I hope this video has really helped you understand this concept. The one biggest thing that you got to bring away from today's is it's not what you know and have, it's the will to get started no matter what you have. No matter where you are, no matter what you have, just get started. And by this time, now that you have watched this video, I think you know a lot. You can definitely do a lot. So go out there and start something new. I hope this video was really helpful for you. Please leave in the comments. I'm welcome for discussion. Please share how this video has helped you and what new topics you want to be covered, or any suggestions or any questions. Definitely leave in the comments. I would love to have a fruitful and meaningful conversation with you, discussion that will help you to take empowered decisions. So what next? In the next video, I'll cover how to create an appealing YouTube video. How to create a YouTube video that is watched and shared virally. There is a formula to create that. Guys, before I talk much about that, because that's going to be another day's topic, see, every video has a personality, production, content, and impact. Right now, what we covered is production. We covered how to produce videos, produce professionally edited videos. So the production part is complete. Now there's a personality that you need to bring in front of a camera when you're recording a YouTube video. There's a content formula on how you have to structure your content so that if your video is produced according to that formula, the audience get hooked to listen till the end. There's a formula for that. We're going to teach you that. And then there is impact. What kind of impact are you actually creating when you create your YouTube videos? Put it all together. This is a series of webinar that is going to be a game changer on how you are a teacher, messenger, trainer, or coach, to how you can become an online influencer and establish a strong online presence. The first thing we covered today is production. Next week, I will talk about content formula on how to create an appealing YouTube video. So I hope you're excited for the next video as well. Thank you so much for joining today in this webinar, watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. Keep creating. Just don't waste your time. Download Adobe Premiere RUSH. It's free for 7 days. Play around with it. Use your smartphone and create that first video and tag me in your first video. Tag me in your first video. I would love to watch your first video and give you feedback. And it would really bring me happiness to see that you guys actually got started and are doing the stuff that you just learned. So tag me, leave your comments, let's have a discussion. Until then, thank you so much. I wish you all the best, guys. Happy creating. I'll see you in the next webinar. Thank you. God bless everyone.